Okay, so hi everyone, good evening. Welcome to day one.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, so far we have covered the only basics, the people who joined today newly. So I'm explaining them. Let's quickly share my screen again because there are two people joined in the other group. Just a minute. Okay, so we have learned the what is RPA and what are the components of RPA. So for quickly understand, let's give your answers. What is RPA? So that we have already covered these topics in our previous classes. That means on Thursday and Friday. Can someone tell me what is RPA?
RPA is nothing but robot processing automation. Uh,
Yes.
in that case, in this scenario, we used chat bots,
Mm-hmm.
and we should in our daily basis works, we used to automate these things.
Yes.
Those we can, let's say, any desktop application, day-to-day activities, or else web-based any day-to-day activities,
Yeah.
or else any Excel based any kind of application day to day activities, we can do this automation process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We can minimize the manpower, we can minimize the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are many advantages.
Okay. Fine. Yes, that's true. And also, robots can capture the data, runs the applications, and it will trigger the responses and it will take the decision based on our predefined rules and also communicate with the other system. So, this is a basic definition of RPA. So, the next question is what are the components of RPA?
Actually, there are three components in RPA:
Yes.
UiPath Orchestrator, UiPath
Yes.
Studio, and UiPath Robots.
Correct.
The orchestrator is it is the storage drive.
Team, hi. Just a second. So, Purbi, can you please check if the recording is done?
Yes, yes.
Can you
It
please
is.
confirm?
Yeah, it is. I already checked just now.
Yeah. Thank you so much. All the best, everyone. Have a great day, and
Thank you.
welcome. Just don't miss the
Thank
session.
you, Ocean.
Keep rocking always. Bye bye. And Uma, there will be a person, Lata, who will be joining in 1 or 2. Just okay.
Yeah, sure, Rajran. Thank
Thank you.
you. Okay.
Okay, RPA orchestrator is a storage drive. So
Yeah.
in that we can store what the and that means what the we have designed in the studio. So during in the orchestrator only we will assign to the boards to process the code, and also it manages queues, triggers, and also projects.
Okay.
Coming to UiPath, it is a studio where we can design in a
Mm-hmm.
visual and quickly way with the basic programming knowledge.
Okay.
And in this studio, we have a visual. I mean, we can build the design in a visual basis, and we
Mm-hmm.
have built-in recorders and also drag and drop activities.
Mm-hmm.
And coming to UiPath robots, there are two types of robots: attended robots and non-attended robots.
Okay. So, okay, fine. Whatever you said was correct. But UiPath robots, the robots, this acts like an agent, and it enables process which was developed in a studio. Okay, it executes workflows sent either locally or through the orchestrator. Okay, so the answer which you have said in the last is for types of bots. Okay, how many types of bots we have? Just now you said the answer. No, can you please explain it?
Can I or anyone?
Anyone. Already you said the answer, so that's why I'm asking you.
Okay.
Anyone can explain. 13. So these are the main important interview questions. In every interview, they'll ask first 4 5 questions, this only. So that's why I'm stressing you to tell the answers.
Yeah, Uma, there are two types of boats, attended and unattended boats.
Yes. What are attended and unattended bots?
So in attended boats, we need the human interaction to do the things, and in unattended boats, there is no use of humans to do.
Okay, fine. Yes. Attendant bots is triggered by user events, which you said is exactly correct. And also it helps with the small and repetitive task. And for coming to unattended bots, whenever you have the huge queue items to run on the project, then this unattended bot will help you to run this process. Okay, and also unattended bot can triggers itself on a scheduled time, and also it triggers on the queue based. So the next question is, how many types of layouts we have in UiPath? Anyone? Okay, fine. So there are like I'll show you in the studio. You can understand very easily. Mostly we use 3 types of layouts in the studio. One is sequence, flowchart, state machine. Apart from this, we also have other layouts. So let me show you that practically. Okay. See, the people who don't know how to create the process, this is the first beginning of the studio. Whatever the process we want to develop, we need to click on the process. We need to create the name. I'm just giving the name of flowcharts, not flowchart, layouts to explain you. So today we are mostly covering with the variables, arguments, and overview of the studio, and you are going to do some tasks in the studio. Okay. So we'll also learn how to pass the data from the variables from one flow to another flow also. So all these details we'll check it during today's class. So this is the studio. The I think today one or two people have joined newly. So for them, I'm explaining you. This is the studio looks like, and this the upper panel was the ribbon panel where you have all the options related to debugging, recordings, and manage packaging and creating a new processes. So whatever which you want to do on an advanced level, like you want to test the code, that all options will be available in the upper part of the studio. And if you observe in the left side of the part, that was a completely of the activities panel, projects panel, and whatever you, if you want to check the outputs of the project, that all will be available in the left side of yours. Okay. And coming to here in the right side, you will have the properties outline text test explorer. So these all are mainly in the right hand side. You will have the properties to edit your activities and according to your project requirement, and the left side will be your activities, like drag and drop, mostly drag and drop activities will be there. So you have to check which activity is suitable for your project. According to that, you have to drag and drop here. And how to do that we will learn in this class today. Okay. So most of the overview of the studio will be like this. So if you click on the open main workflow, so if you observe here, there is nothing available here. So we need to drag and drop like this. So sequence will be created in that so your sequence flow chart, whatever it is, you have to do the same thing, drag and drop. And according to that, you need to add the activities inside these sequences. Okay. So where I am right now, I'm here to tell you about the layouts. So we have a sequence, flowchart, state mission, global handler, and workflow. So most important thing is today we are going to learn about the sequence and flowchart in today's class. Okay. So let's see how we are going to do all the processes in sequences and flowchart. So till now, the people who joined newly, if you have any questions, please let me know, because we will do a task in the next hours. Okay. So now I also explained in the previous classes what are variables. See, variables are the most important to come entire your projects. Without variables, without arguments, you won't able to complete your projects. So you have, if you are not able to understand the variables and arguments, please let me know, and please pause me in between also. I can explain you, or else please park it aside. In the last 15 minutes, we will discuss on the questions. Okay. So what are variables? Variables are the containers that can hold multiple data entries of the same type. Okay. So see, now if I'm clicking on the variables, nothing is available. See, if you get where we are, if you get a doubt stating that how we need to create and when we need to create the variable, without highlighting this activity, you won't able to create any variable. Okay, so I'm just highlighting this sequence, so that's why I got the option of creating variable. Okay. So in the today we are going to have variables part and the explanation about the arguments also. So now everyone understood what is variables?
Yes, Suma.
Okay. So variables are nothing but that are containers which holds a multiple data. See, if you have a five names, if you have a six names, or if you have a five email IDs, you cannot create each activity for each and every email IDs and for each and every name. So that for that purpose, you have to create a variable to store all those information into one variable, and you can pass the data. Okay. So this is what is called a variable. And coming to arguments. So what are the arguments? Why we are not using variables and why we are using arguments? See, I'll tell you. Variables is only passes the data within a sequence. But arguments is not like that. Arguments are also similar to variables, but the thing is, arguments will take the information from outside the sequences or flows, and it will pass to another flows. Did you get the point? Arguments are similar to variables, but arguments stores data dynamically. That means you can pass the data wherever you want, you can take the data from wherever you want. So in that way arguments will work. But in variables it won't work. So it does not work like that. In variables you need to pass the data within a sequence, not outside the flow. So for example, I'm just having this way argument 1. Let's assume this is a argument 1. So we have a directions calls in out property. Okay, what is in? We are taking we are giving some information to store that particular sequence, and we will assign that where we need to pass that data. In is nothing but taking the information, out is nothing but giving out to the information to other flows. In out is taking the information and passing the information. Property, currently this is not in the use. It is recently launched, but we are not using this property option. We are only using in and out. Understood? The name
Yeah.
itself, yeah, the name itself you have to remember. In means taking the information, out means sending the information, in out means taking and sending the information. This is how you need to remember. Variables and arguments are the most important things. If you don't understand this, you will not able to understand the entire process, entire projects. Okay, so let's write the notes first. So today we have covered the variables. We will do a task on this. Okay, arguments. Okay, so now what we will do is and most important thing is I will also explain you most important activities which are used in UiPath. Okay, so what I will do is most commonly used activities in UiPath. So I will explain you all the 7 activities which are used which are used and using in UiPath, so that we will do a one task according to that activities. Okay, so let me put it like this. First one is text string variable, number variable, boolean variable, arrays variable, date and time variable. See, if you are observing here, we have a different types of variables, and we also have the meaning to these variables. Okay, so let's not confuse yourself. We will do some task on each and every variables. Okay, so first I am taking is text or string variable. Okay, so what is text and string variable? The name itself telling you text is nothing but text or string variable is nothing but it stores some text. Okay, so we will see this. It stores some text into the variable. Okay, so we will do like this. First we'll go here. What we will do is we will display some message. Okay, for displaying message I already explained you in the previous classes. For displaying a message, which activity I have to use here? Can someone tell me? For
Message
displaying a
box.
message, yes, message box. Message box. I'm just searching over in the activities panel for a message so that I got the information. See, if I'm searching the message, I have a different types of activities here, but the thing is you have to select the right activity to display your message. Not only message, this is a main important tip for your projects. For example, if you are searching for something, for each activity, then you will get a for each activity in a multiple ways. So you need to select the right proper activity to design your project, so that you will get an accurate results. Or else it won't show you the proper results. Okay, so I search for the message, so I got the message box here, so I'm just dragging and dropping here. Okay, see, this is the red mark. What this red mark is showing, value for a required activity argument text was not supplied. That means you have to give a message there. So if you observe here, I'm just overing this. Text must be quoted. That means what we want to do, that is also explaining in the activity. It's a simple, right? So I'm just writing, hi, welcome to UiPath. Okay, I wrote the message and now it's gone. So if I'm debug this code, what will happen? Let's see. See, I got the message stating that hi, welcome to UiPath. Okay, now I want to do some slight modification to this. What I want to do, I wanted to add some new points stating that after hi, I want to get the name. Name means if I want to enter some Uma name in the message input box, then I have to get hi Uma, welcome to UiPath. If I wanted to add some other name like John, hi John, welcome to UiPath. So what we will do, what we need to do for that purpose?
Input.
Yes, I just given one some hint. We need to, after giving some input in the sense we need to search for an input. Okay, we need to think twice and thrice because in our question only we will get the answer. So I'm just typing for input. See, if I'm typing input, I got a custom input, block user input, input dialog. You are not sure which activity we have to use. We have to use, see, input dialog. Dialog means giving the words. So I'm just dragging here and I'm dropping here. I got the input dialog box. Now, what I have to do in this input dialog box? Say title text must be quoted. There itself it is telling that we need to give a title in a quoted. So I am giving a like like welcome message. Whatever you wanted to give, you can give the display message. Okay, sorry, name of this activity. So title will be welcome message. Input label, in that box we have input label. What I just wanted to input label should be enter the name. Okay, so input type should be text box. We have a multiple choice also, but now we are not using this multiple choice option, we are only using this text box only. So now this is the important thing, value entered. What value we are going to enter? We, if suppose if I'm giving the direct value over here, it won't take. I'm just creating a variable. Creating in a variable, shortcut will be control K. For creating in a variable, shortcut will be control K. This is the important point, please note wherever you want. So I'm just pressing control K and I'm giving the name. Okay, see, variable has passed here. So you all may get the one doubt stating that if you are giving name, then where will be the input? See, let's run and check here once. I'm just debugging this code. I got the message box. If I type my enter, will this give my name in the welcome message? Can anyone say this answer? If I am giving some input value here, is that my name is getting in the message box or not?
No. No, it will
No. No. Yes, it no, because See, this message box will be same hi welcome to UiPath, because even though I given an input to a variable, but it is not passed here. So at that moment, what should I do? I have to concatenate. I have to split that value. So for that purpose, what I'm doing here is, after hi, I'm closing this double quotes, and I'm adding the variable here, name, because I have created the variable called name. So plus C. So what I did, whatever the input we are to, whatever the input is getting to this variable, and I am passing that variable into the message box. Did you get the concept?
Yes, Suma.
Yes. So whatever the variable we have created, we are giving some input to that variable. That input will be displayed in the message box. Let's see that. Debug. Why I'm using only debug means you can see the results which will be highlighted here. So that's why I'm using debug only. So I will give now different name called John. Okay. See, there is no space here. We have to modify according to that. See, if you observe here, hi John, welcome to UiPath. So let's modify this one. The main thing is why I'm explaining you this simple one is, just the thing is how this variable will pass the data. For that purpose only I wanted to explain you this concept in this clearly, because in the next task which we are going to do, I will guide you. You have to do that task. Okay. So now we have the information. Let's debug this again. So what I will do here is Mary. I will add Mary name. Okay. So input name I am giving Mary name. See, if you observe here, the title I have given welcome message, and in that, see, input label I have given enter the name, and the value we have to whichever we are entering, that variable column this one is. So I'm just clicking on OK. I got the message box stating that hi Mary, welcome to UiPath. Simple. So this is how the variable will pass the data. And one more important thing, the people who joined newly, I'm explaining you. See, if you are giving variable here, you have created a variable by pressing Ctrl K in the column, and that variable have created directly here. And also you can create a variable from the variable panel, and from the columns, and from the properties. So this is the important interview question. How many types you can create the variable? This is the interview question. Please underline this word. So there are three types. One is in the activities, and one is in the properties of the activities, and another one is a variable here, variable panel. Okay.
Uma, can you once repeat?
Yeah.
In variable panel, in property panel,
and in the activity, inside the activities, not you can answer like this. If you are assigning, in the assign activity you can create the variable in the assign activity. Okay.
okay.
And now, so what I'm trying to explain here is, after creating a variable, this variable type, for some variables it will be a default. Name is a string, name is a text, that's why it is already selected as a string. For some variables it won't select the variable type. Sometimes it will be select the integer, boolean, object, other types will be available. So you make sure you are selecting the correct variable type. And another thing is scope. So if you observe here, we have a sequence right now. If this part is created in some other flow, some other sequence, then you have to make sure that the data should be passed throughout the sequence. For example, you have created another flow and you have created a variable in this flow, but you are not able to pass the data or pass this variable to other flow. That means you can have it will show you the error anyways, but you have to select whether this scope is correctly mentioned or not. Sometimes it will be available as a do, sometimes it will be available for that particular activity only. Okay. And the default, sometimes if you want to give some default value to that particular variable, then you can give here, otherwise directly it will take a default value. So this is what I wanted to explain you. If someone shares the screen, then I can explain you another task, or else it will what happens if I'm going on explaining you, you won't able to understand how you need to do the things. So if someone is ready to share the screen, please let me know so that I can process the task.
Can I share the screen?
Yeah, who is this?
Shrutika.
Shrutika, please share the screen, Shrutika. Are you sharing, Shrutika?
Yes.
Okay. Till now, everybody is understood?
Yes, Rama.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Surya, Sriram, Dolika,
yeah,
Ramya,
Uma.
Hema.
I can.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you. Please share your screen, Shrutika.
My screen is visible?
No.
Okay.
Because after this task, and one more important point I wanted to tell you all is, whatever the task we are doing today's class, you have to show me tomorrow's class, because these are the very important concepts. Based on this only, your entire project will depends. I'm repeating, entire projects will if you are missing this session, then you won't be able to understand your concepts.
My screen is visible?
Yes, Shrutika. Okay. So what the task will be, number variable. So used on the number variable, we need to give the total of the two subjects. Understood the question? I'm repeating. If, for example, if A is having some marks, if B is having some marks, then we should get the total marks. And this task is based on variables only. So what I will do is, I will take some inputs from you all. How many variables we need to create for this task?
3 variables.
Sorry?
2 variables.
Two variables.
And any more answers?
And 3 variables, sorry, for the output.
For output.
Yes, correct. So one is for A, one is for B, and another one is total,
A plus B. Yeah, correct.
right?
Yeah.
So what we will do is, here I'm mentioning you again, based on the input marks only we should get the total marks. For this purpose, which activity we have to use?
Input dialog.
Correct. So before that, you need to give a sequence over there. Please drag and drop there. Okay. Please add the input dialog box.
Uma, can we do simultaneously?
Simultaneously means?
That means as now Srutika is doing now, in the same way we can do in our
Yeah, you
studios.
definitely you have to do this. If you are as fast you are doing along with this, then it will be very good. If not, we will discuss in the last 15 minutes.
Okay.
If you are getting any errors, if you are having any doubts, we will discuss why you are not getting the exact results. Okay.
Okay.
So now, Shrutika, I explained you what you wanted to keep the title for this dialogue. Your wish. This is a marks related. Okay. Addition of only addition. Huh? Okay, no problem. Okay. So what you wanted to keep the input label, input column.
Student marks.
Yes, like that. You just keep like a enter the English marks. Why you are getting that? Please see that also. And others can also please try yourself because don't waste the time. Fine. So now, as you already mentioned, there we need to create a three variables. So please create a one variable for a English. So for that purpose, what we need to do, Shritika?
Actually, I missed that part. And
Okay. This is the important thing for creating in a variable. You have to press Control K,
control.
and you, yeah, and you have a three important options where wherever you want to create on a variable, you have a three options. One is in the variable panel, and one is a property panel, and one is in the activities panel if it is required. Okay, so you have highlighted that activity and you can create the variable from the variable panel as well, Shrutika. So create a variable for the English marks. Just write English marks. Don't give spaces. Okay, fine. If you give English also fine. So marks is an what kind of a variable? Sorry, what type of a variable?
Numbers.
Number. So you which type you have to select?
Again,
Which type you need to select? Is a string, boolean, integer, object? Which type you need to select? Integers. Integers are the numbers. So you need to select the integer 32. Yes. If you select the string, it won't allow you to take the input. Okay. So don't give any default value as we are giving the input activity. Okay. So you have a ready for one variable. So what you need to do that variable? You need to pass into the activity. So value entered is there, no? Just pass that variable. Close this variable. Come down. Value entered is there, no? You have a empty column there. Yeah. You need to pass the variable. Whatever you have created. Which variable you have created? English you have created.
Yes.
Yes. Please enter that. Okay.
Yes.
So now you have a ready for one English subject. And I told you to create a two variables, two for two subjects. So same way you need to do for a other subject as well. Yes. So let's give this as a enter the marks a max marks. Okay. Create a variable for this. Yes. Yes. So now we have a ready for a two subjects. Okay. Do one thing, Shrutika.
Yes.
Now let's debug this code. If I am too fast, also please let me know because I'll make class. I'll do a slow steps. If I am too fast, also please tell me. Did you get the output, Shrutika?
Uh, yes, ma'am.
It stopped. Where is the dialog box then? Did you enter the output? Sorry, input.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
but it didn't displayed on the screen.
For first enter the English marks.
Show me on the screen. See, if you are sharing your screen, please share your entire screen, because if I am able to see only studio, then it will be a problem because I won't be able to see the results.
Okay.
Rest of everyone are trying to get this.
Yeah, Uma.
Yeah, please do it. Okay. Now enter the English marks here. 45. Okay. Next max marks 33. Okay. See, if you observe here, after entering the input, where was the result? We didn't get any result, right? It just executed till wherever we have created the activities, till that only it was executed. So to display a message, and one more important thing is we need to get the addition of the two variables. What we need to do? We need to create another variable. Yes, Murali? Sesi Murali, right?
Yeah, addition. Any
We
activity with addition?
no, we didn't. Will not get. We need to assign one activity. First, you do one thing, Shrutika. You create a variable first.
Uh,
No, not input. Just no. No. Delete that. Just highlight in the between anywhere sequence. Yeah. Now create one variable. Total marks. Just create as a total marks. M should be capital. Okay. Fine. And change the variable type. Okay. Fine. Let's close the variable panel now. What you have to do, you have to do some addition. For that you need to drag and drop that assign activity. You are assigning some value to particular variable. Okay, so whatever you have created total variable, just pass there. So for these total marks you have to give the condition, you have to give some logic method there. Got the point? So for that purpose, first variable you have created English. Just open that value. Just now you have opened, no, that was correct only. Now you have to give a English. Now you have to give addition symbol plus. Now give max. Click on OK. Now you got the, what you are doing. You are adding some values. You are adding two variables and you are passing to another variable. Is that simple? After
Yes.
getting the results, yes. After getting the results, it should display a message. For that, you already know the activity. Which activity you are going to use?
message box.
Yes, and also you can use log message, but it won't show you the pop-up. Okay, so which text you have to give?
Total marks.
Correct. Now code. See, now you got the answer 134. Now you understood how you are passing the variables.
Yes, ma'am.
The variable, it is taking some values and it will give you the results. And you are passing that variable into another sequences as well. So these variables will work, and this is for a numbers variable, integer variable. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Now you have understood the string variable, and now you have understood the number variable. And let's do one thing. We will do a flow chart now. Now you have understood the sequences, right? How we are doing step by step process in the sequence.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So now you need to understand how we are doing in a flow chart as well. So now I want someone other than Shrutika. I want someone to share the screen.
I will share more.
Yeah, please.
Is it visible
Yes. No.
now?
No. Yes. Yes. Now it's visible. Did you get the answer? Did you get the correct results,
Yeah, I get
Cecil?
the correct result.
Okay. Good. So what we are doing here is now this is for a simple step-by-step process for a sequences. Now let's move to a flowchart. So how you are creating a flowcharts? Click on a new, click on a flowchart. So let's do like this. Name this flowchart as a what you will do.
Total marks.
Total marks. You want to give a total marks? Not total marks. Give it leap year. Checking the year.
Checking leap year.
Yes. Okay. Now you got the start. Now you got the start point here. So you need to mostly understand here is you can create how many sequences you want to your project. You can as number as sequences and as number of assign activities you can use here. But you need to make sure that you are giving a correct start point and correct end point for these sequences or not. Okay. And what is a flowchart? Is anyone know about the definition of flowchart?
It is a
What
step
is a
by step
flowchart?
process.
Mm-hmm. Not a step-by-step process. It is used to create complex and business process, which allows you to do multiple branching of logical operators. And most important thing is why I'm explaining you flowchart now, because I told you no we are going to learn about the different types of mostly used activities in your path. So I have explained you about the string, I have explained you about the number variable, and I wanted to explain you about the boolean variable here. Do you know what is a boolean variable?
True. False.
Yes or no?
Yes, it is a yes or no, it's a true or false. It's called a Boolean variable. It only takes the condition whether either true or false, not other than that. So I wanted to explain this variable, and also I wanted to explain in the flowchart. That's why I told you to have the flowchart now.
That means
Okay.
Boolean values only we need to take in a flowchart only.
No. I wanted to explain you the flowchart. Along with that, I want to explain you the Boolean variables.
Okay.
Flowchart we can use at any way, whichever we want, wherever we want. Based on our project requirement, we can use it. No problem. We don't have any conditions over here.
Okay.
Okay. So for a Boolean variable, I wanted to create one task. Please listen carefully this task, because tomorrow your task is this only. If you are not able to do now, you have to do it tomorrow and come back to me tomorrow. Okay. The task should be based on the input. We should get a message whether it is a leap year or a not. It's a not a leap year. Okay. So what you need to do here? You need to create a input dialog box again, because you are giving some input. Where if you are giving some 2016, it should display you according to that. Okay, just double click on that. Okay, same way here also you need to give a title here, and you need to give input label, enter the year, enter the year. Okay, create a variable here, year. Yes, now you got the, now just go to a checking leap year, just go to beginning of the flowchart. Okay, now you add the start point here. Just drag over there, you will get the start, or else you just click on the right click, you will get a set as a start node. Okay, so now you have a dialog box ready. After this, you need to take a decision. Okay, just search for the decision over in the activities. Yes, just drag and drop there. Okay, just drag down so that you can give a start and end. Okay, now you need to give a flow decision. Just click on that flow decision, just highlight that. Now check on the properties. You need to give the condition over there. What kind of a condition you are going to give? We already know that we need to divide it by 4 for year to get the 0. So just mention as a year mod space 4
Mod
space 4, that is a condition,
4.
is equal to 0. Okay, so now you given the condition to that. So if it is a true, what kind of a message we want?
It's
Just
a leap
drag the message box.
year.
Yeah, drag the message box. Just add that node, starting node true to message box and double click on that. Enter the text. Okay, and add another message box. And most important tip I wanted to give you all is, whatever the activity you are dragging and dropping in the sequences or in the design panel in the studio, you need to give that activity's name properly. Because whenever you are trying to execute, it will be easy for you to understand the process. Okay. Now debug the code, Ceci.
Uma, it is running the main one from the enter
Okay,
marks.
okay, okay.
It's
Stop,
not.
stop, stop. I'll tell you.
Yeah. This one has to debug, no?
Yes. So for that purpose, what you will do? Debug file. Click on the debug file, not debug.
Okay. Here, debug file.
Click on the center. No, don't go there. Debug. Debug file. Yes. Enter the year.
It's a leap
It's a
year.
leap year. So based on the decision, based on the Boolean condition, it has executed. If it is a true condition, so that's why it is message. The display message was it's a leap year. See, if you observe here, debug run file and run debug file. Did you get the difference now, Ceci? Because if you want to run that particular, if you want to debug that particular file, you have to choose the option of debug file.
Okay.
Okay, if you want to run the entire flow, then you have to choose the debug.
Okay.
So this is the differences. And how many of you understood the variables exactly? Please be frank.
I have understood.
Dolika,
Yeah,
Shrutika
Yes,
understood.
ma'am.
Surya, Sriram.
Understood,
Yeah,
ma'am.
hi Umar. I need to take some time to understand. I'll go through that.
Okay.
50%
Am
I
I too
understood.
fast?
No, absolutely slow and perfect. No, no fast.
Okay. Hema, Ramya.
Understood, Uma.
Hema.
I understood, Uma.
Okay, fine. So the people who does not completed this task, you need to complete this. First one is message box, and the second one is addition of two numbers, and third one is flowchart task. So you have to complete this three tasks tomorrow, and the tomorrow the first 10 minutes will be a question and answer session. And now if you have any doubts or any queries, please ask me.
Uma, I have a small doubt. Actually,
Yes.
when you are explaining the input dialog box, you
Mm-hmm.
has chosen the input dialog. So custom input means I thought that as we are going to input, why won't you use custom input?
No,
As it's
custom input is nothing but whatever the we want as per our requirement, we will customize that. But most of the projects we it won't what we call say it won't be useful. We'll use only input dialog box. We'll have a different types of activities in the studio, but mostly we will use input dialog only because we are not customizing any inputs over here.
customizing means actually we are giving our input, no? So it doesn't mean as customized.
No, it is already pre-built. It is has shown you the title. It is already shown you the label. It already shown you the text over there.
Oh,
It is not customized. It is already pre-built. We are just giving some text and say modifications to display our message.
okay, okay.
Hmm. Any other doubts? So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to give you I'm going to ask you 5 to 10 questions on today's session. So this recording will be available in the in YouTube. So please go through that video because this was the important and interview questions. So that's why I'm fetching you to learn and remember all these points. Variables and arguments are the most important things. And from tomorrow onwards, I won't be this much slow because I will be covering 3 to 4 tasks tomorrow session. And also we will do some task on the arguments also. If not tomorrow, we will do in a further classes because that will take some time. And also we will discuss some control flow statements tomorrow. So better if you want to do some what we say, if you want to do some research on that, please do it, no problem, so that you will have a better understanding tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So
Uma, could you
any
please
questions?
send me the questions which you typing in the Word document? Because I was in office and I was
it
not able to.
it will be it will be available in a Teams, Surya Sriram.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
It will be available in our UiPath basics team in the files section. You can.
Even the even the
Yes, ma'am.
YouTube link will be posted, Uma.
Yes, in the group it will be posted. You can only you people can access it. Apart from you, no one can access that recording.
Okay, thank you.
You have to open that recording with your email IDs.
Uma, actually in the files I didn't saw any files. From this class they will be upload.
Yes, from the today's class you will have that option and you will have the information.
Okay.
Okay. After this class, immediately I will post and I will add some more topics to that which we have covered in today's class, and also I will add some tasks to that file so that you will understand. You if you want to practice, then it will be easy to get you. See, until or unless if you don't practice it, you won't get the variables arguments. It was very important topic. You can create. You can try with other tasks as well. Okay.
Other
Okay.
tasks means you give any task, Uma, so that we can try.
Shall I give you another task? Because,
Yes.
okay. So we have created for two subjects, this, we should get a total marks, right?
Yes.
In a sequence we have created. So do that same sequence in the flow chart, but you need to get not two subjects, you should get a three subjects. That means you have to create a four variables.
Yes.
So what you will do, how you will concatenate it. So research it and or else think about that. If you don't get the correct solution, let's discuss in tomorrow's class.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone has any questions?
No, Uma.
No, Uma.
No, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm going to share you the recording link as well as soon as possible. And I'll share you the meeting notes as well. It will be available in the files. You can check there. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
Have a
you.
great good night.
Good night.
Right.
Thank you, Uma. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.